We'd like to welcome you all to the Provo Municipal Council. It's a regular meeting, Tuesday, September 30th, 2024 at 5:30 p.m. The elected officials here today are Councillor George Henley, Councillor Gary Garrett, Councillor Rachel Whipple, myself, Catrice McKay, Councillor Becky Bogdan, and Councillor Travis Hoban, and Councillor Craig Christensen. The opening of prayer will be provided by Richard Bowler, and then our pledge of allegiance will be provided by Councillor Christensen. Thank you, Richard.
Join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As indicated on the screen, a required public hearing will be held for certain agenda items prior to council action. After each item has been presented, time to comment will be provided for all those who wish to speak. For items that do not require public hearing, public comment will still be taken following presentation of the item, but will be limited to 10 minutes. At this time, up to 15 minutes has been set aside for open public comment period, which is intended to allow comment on matters that do not appear on the agenda, but are limited to topics regarding municipal business or within municipal council purview. Persons who speak during this time to an item that is on the agenda will not normally be afforded a second opportunity to speak during the comment period specific to that item. During any public comment period, each speaker will generally be limited to 2 minutes. Due to noticing requirements, no formal action will be taken in this meeting on matters that do not appear on the agenda. Those with comments are invited to approach the podium, and those participating on Zoom will need to use the raise hand feature to indicate they wish to comment. The chair may choose to alternate between in-person and online commenters. Please begin your comments by stating your name and your city of residence. You will have 2 minutes to speak. Okay, we are having technical difficulties and are waiting for a mic to work.
This one works.
Literally nothing's working. No.
All right, I'm sorry about that. We will just have you come make public comment right up here. And we just need your name and your city of residence, please.
My name is Andrew Thompson. I've lived in Provo for 43 years. And I've come to address the council about something that's a very urgent need in this city. We have more than 150,000 people here now. That's good enough to expect we have someone employed by the city full-time to address ADA matters. Accessibility in this city is better than anywhere in the county, but there's a long ways to go. I could mention all the UTA bus stops that are not accessible. The sidewalks where there's a utility pole and mill, including one that was just built last year. And there are a lot of restaurants and other businesses that are not accessible. And everybody thinks, oh, it's just a couple of inches high to get up. In this wheelchair, they might well be 200 feet high. And in case we're wondering about where the money is going to come from to hire somebody, might I add that in the last couple of years, we've had the Provo Strong sign in front of the rec center and the one down 3rd South in the university that says Heart of Provo. $73,000 were allotted to those signs. Somebody told me they're called an art installation. And as an artist, I'm offended at that. They're not really art. They're kind of dumb. You know, if you want to do something nice like that, fine, let any civic organization who wants to do it, but don't use taxpayer money. We need somebody to do ADA things. And by the way, I would challenge anybody in a wheelchair to go up to Rock Canyon, beautiful trailhead. You have a handicap parking situation and a handicap bathroom situation, but there are still posts filled with concrete blocking the trail. Anybody in a wheelchair can't go up that trail. Why? And there are so many other city parks. Pioneer Park, where the farmers market is held.
Thank you. You can go and give your contact information to our staff so we can follow up with you. All right, any other, feel free to come up.
Yes. Hello, my name is Bruce Fillmore. I live in American Fork, Utah, but I'm a condo owner in Provo. In 1993, I lived in Kentucky at that time, and I bought a condo in Provo, and some of my girls lived there as they were going to college, and we were allowed to have 4 girls living per unit. About 10 years later, Provo City said, because of parking situation, we are only allowed to have 3 people there. So it was a matter of cars, not people. So rather than ruling on the basis of people, it was ruled on the basis of cars. We were only allowed to have 3 people there. And that's the way it's been ever since. I think that's totally unfair because not everyone owns a car and some people might own 2 cars, but the restriction is still only 3 people per condo. So I think that could be addressed, and housing is always an issue in Provo in that area. It's 515 north, 200 east. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. Just to clarify, the law is a family unit or 3 singles can live in a place. So it's not about the cars, it is about the number of people. But you can double check the gentleman in the black coat in the back is someone you could talk to about the specifics. All right.
Sure. My name is Quinn Peterson. I'm a resident of Provo, and as the executive director of Downtown Provo Inc., I just wanted to thank council on some efforts and share some experiences that we had over the past couple years. We have the great opportunity to host large groups that come to Provo, whether it's for Film Quest, the film festival that happens each fall, or Buzzards and Bees, the music festival that happens, or now the opportunity with Big 12 to bring universities from all over the country to come and see our community. We were really fortunate that last year during the film festival and during the football season, I try my best to be downtown talking to visitors every day. We give directions, we answer questions as the director of the Business Alliance downtown. And on 3 separate occasions, on 3 separate weekends, I had the same comment from visitors. First was from the film festival. Family from overseas was here for the film festival. They were filmmakers. And they said, how is it that you don't have your entire downtown and every corner completely filled with campsites and people? And they said, this is a beautiful historic downtown, and we're curious how you've done it. 2 then different families that visited for the Big 12 conference for football games made that same comment to me. And so I shared this with the board, and we decided to share this with the mayor's office and her team, because I think sometimes it's something that we take for granted, realizing the cleanliness, the stability of our community. And it's not because we don't allow people to do that necessarily, but it's because we have such outstanding resources in Provo that allow people to get a full wraparound service, so that if they want stability and they want housing, Provo's the best city in the state for them to get permanent stability. So I just want to commend you on that and hope everyone realizes that that exists.
Good timing. Thanks, Quinn. Any other public comment? All right, next we have an action item, an implied motion on ordinance amending the zone map classification of approximately 1.53 acres of real property generally located at 44 North, 2760 West, from agriculture zone to the one family residential R18 zone. This is the Lakeview South Neighborhood and is being presented by Mary Barnes.
This is perfect. Okay. We kind of already went over this in work meeting, but this is I don't know if we have slides. We may not need them.
We can keep it to questions.
Yeah, we can keep it to questions. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So this is just a basic rezone. This property has a slice of agricultural zoning on it. They're wanting to rezone to the R18 zone, which is just kind of all over the surrounding property. Could you go to the next slide? Just so that anyone watching online can see. Yeah, so they're wanting to rezone into R18. That's so that they can subdivide the property into 2 lots instead of just the 1 lot. Any questions?
Okay, so it will be subdivided into 2 lots.
Yes.
And if they want to change anything outside of that, they'd have to come back or not.
Yes, so anything they do from the point of this rezone, if it's granted, has to meet the R18 zone requirements, which is what everyone else has to meet in their neighborhood. So
Okay.
it should be the exact same. They're going to be single family homes.
Thank
You know.
you. Any questions for Mary? All right, thanks, Mary. We're going to open this item up for public comment. Is there any public comment for this item? All right, seeing none, we'll go to council discussion. Any council discussion of this item? All right, we will have a vote on the implied motion. Councillor Bogdan,
Yes.
Councillor Christensen,
Yes.
Councillor Garrett,
Yes.
Councillor Handley,
Yes.
Councillor Hoban,
Yes.
Councillor McKay. Yes, and Councillor Whipple.
Well, I don't know. I think we had like a bet going on how early we would get out tonight. And I feel like I'm the deciding factor on that.
Filibuster.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm going to vote yes.
All right, and that passes 7-0. And I need to announce for the vote, the continued items. Do I need to go through the continued items, Brian?
No, the fact that because they were published as continued on the agenda, right? The publication is sufficient. You don't
Okay,
need to mention
great.
them.
If there's no objection, we will now adjourn the Provo Municipal Council meeting by unanimous consent.